Omar Kelly is the NFL beat writer for the South Florida Sun-Sentinel with Armen and Levack on 104.5 The Team. Your home for New York sports. Tonight's Monday Night Football game, Giants at Miami. Omar, how do you describe this Dan Campbell Miami Dolphins football team right now?
Well, they're a work in progress. I think that they want to be a physical team, but have struggled staying committed to the running game. I certainly think that they have the potential to be a physical team, but there's so many holes and issues on the roster right now entering the final month of the season that, these are some challenges that good coaching has to overcome, and I'm not necessarily certain that the Dolphins have gotten that so far.
Omar, Odell Beckham Jr. has had 4 straight 100-yard receiving games. What are the Dolphins' plans to at least try to slow him down?
I think they're going to mix up some of their coverages in terms of the things that they're doing against with Brent Grimes, whether he shadow Odell Beckham, whether you put Bobby McCain on him and put a safety over the top. They certainly want to be able to give them a lot of looks to sort of create that kind of confusion that might challenge the Giants in terms of understanding what's going on. So I expect them to certainly mix up the coverage.
Omar Kelly covers the Dolphins for the South Florida Sun-Sentinel with Armen and Levack, 104.5 The Team. When you look at the Giants' offensive line and how banged up it is Ndamukong Suh going to be able to have a day?
Yeah. I think he's, Ndamukong is a good player, and I think he's more familiar with playing NFC opponents than he is AFC opponents. So I certainly do believe that his play level is probably going to increase this game as it has just about every NFC opponent that he's played this season. Whether he's going to be a monster, I highly doubt that, considering he's playing next to a rookie right now, Jordan Phillips, who's going to be making his second NFL start, and there isn't much depth on that defensive line, so he's probably going to be gassed and taxed by the time the game ends.
What's the biggest factor the Dolphins need to do to upset the Giants on Monday night?
I don't know if it's an upset, considering both teams have identical records. Both teams have had similar struggles. In fact, I think that the Dolphins are playing in a better division than Giants. But in terms of winning the game, the Dolphins have to stay committed to the running game. They've got a 4-2 record this season when Lamar Miller touches the ball 15 times. I think that that's the key. Lamar's pretty much the engine that makes things go for the Dolphins. And if they are able to run the ball and can keep the play-action game alive, I think Ryan Tannehill can have a respectable day.
Omar, you mentioned the head coach. It's a position that's going to be, a new person in charge next year. What's the mentality of the players right now?
They're trying to win this one. While the Giants are probably playing for a playoff berth, the Dolphins are playing to keep Dan Campbell around as their head coach. And I realistically think he has a chance to get the job, but he has to at least go 3-4. And I have a hard time believing 3 or 4 of the last 4 games. I'd have a hard time believing that if they don't beat the Giants on Monday night, that he's going to get the job, just because winning all 3 of your final games is going to be virtually impossible, especially with the Patriots possibly playing for the playoffs, possibly playing for home field advantage in the season finale. You really got to be able to turn it up against the Giants on Monday night, or you can kiss Dan Campbell goodbye, because it'll probably be the last time you see him when you finish the season.
Wow, a lot on the line tonight for the Dolphins. Omar Kelly of the South Florida Sun-Sentinel with Armen and Levack, 104.5 The Team. Monday Night Football tonight, Giants at Miami. Omar, thanks so much for your time tonight, man, and enjoy the game.
All right, thanks.